We're looking at financial markets, where we're talking about the case where the economy has a central bank along with private banks collecting deposits. So in this case, we said a financial market equilibrium can be expressed in terms of demand for central bank money is equal to supply of central bank money. Here we talked about supply of central bank money, where we said we're assuming that the central bank is fixing it at each bar. So in the HI plane, it's drawn as a vertical line at the level set by the central bank. Then we talked about demand for central bank money, with demand for currency plus demand for reserves. And here we discussed how in the HI plane, demand for central bank money is going to be plotted as a downward sloping curve. So if we now look at financial market equilibrium in the case where the economy has a banking sector along with the central bank, so mathematically financial market equilibrium can be found as follows. So using HS is equal to H bar, because like we said, we're assuming the supply of central bank money is drawn as a vertical line at the level set by the central bank. Right, and HT we found as C plus theta 1 minus CMD. This is something we looked at over here in detail. Okay, this is how we find HT. So we know, in this case, supply of central bank money is HS is equal to H bar. H bar is the level set by the central bank, and HT we found is this. So then the equilibrium condition is simply H bar is C plus theta 1 minus CMD. And MD is just $YLI. So here we can just substitute money demand, which we earlier found as $YLI. Right, so here we should have added $YLI. And then from here, we can solve for equilibrium I for given value of H bar, right? So HTC plus theta 1 minus CMD, where MD is just $YLI, right? So if we go back, so it would just be, we earlier talked about money demand. So it's $YLI, right? So here you just use $YLI, and then from here we can solve for equilibrium I for given value of H bar set by the central bank. Graphically, so mathematically, if you want to find financial market equilibrium, you just set HS is equal to HT. HS is just H bar. H bar is the level set by central bank. HT is C plus theta 1 minus CMD, where MD is $YLI. So when you equate them, from there you can solve by. Graphically, equilibrium in this model is given at the intersection of the downward sloping central bank money demand curve and vertical central bank money supply line. We've already talked about the supply of central bank money is drawn as a vertical line, and the demand for central bank money is downward sloping curve. So equilibrium is at the intersection because that's where HS is equal to HT. Right, so equilibrium occurs at point A, where HS is equal to HT, and the equilibrium in trust rate is given by I star. So now over here, if you note, this figure looks the same as in case 1, but with central bank money rather than money on horizontal axis. So if we go back to case 1, right, so in case 1 also, if you notice, if we go a little back, this. So in case 1 also, we had a very similar figure, but here we had a vertical money supply line. Over there, we're talking about a vertical central bank money supply line. Downward sloping money demand curve. Over there, we had a downward sloping demand for central bank money curve. And here, instead of money, we have now central bank money. So figure looks the same, except that now instead of money, we're looking at central bank money. Instead of MS, we have HS now in that case. Instead of MD, we have HT, and here we're talking about central bank money, right? So the figure looks the same as case 1, but with central bank money rather than money on the horizontal axis. Instead of MS, we're looking at HS. Instead of MD, we're looking at HT. Right, and the effect of an increase in nominal income or increase in the supply of central bank money are qualitatively the same as before.